Let us begin with a powerful truth that may unsettle you at first. Being chosen is not merely a gift, it is a sacred responsibility. If you've ever felt that pull, that undeniable force guiding you towards something greater, then this message is for you. It is not for the casual observer, the spiritually curious, or those simply passing through the motions of life. This message is for the chosen ones, the individuals who are marked by a divine purpose, written into the very fabric of their souls. If you are still reading, it's likely because you already sense that your journey is unlike any other. Life has not unfolded like a fairy tale for you, has it? Your challenges seem to cut deeper, and your triumphs feel more intense, more profound. There are moments when your path feels lonely, and your struggles appear far more complicated than what others seem to face. But let me tell you why you are set apart. There is a mission within you that is much larger than your individual self, a calling to serve a higher purpose that the world may not yet fully understand. But here's the sobering truth. As much as you are chosen, there is also the possibility that you can become unchosen. Yes, it is possible to lose that sacred alignment, to drift away from the divine connection that once anchored you. Just as you were chosen, you can slip from that divine vibration, losing sight of your mission. This is not just a warning, it is a wake-up call. In this message, we will reveal the subtle traps that threaten to sever your connection to your higher calling. This is not merely information for your intellect. This is an activation of your spirit. If you continue to stay with me, I promise you will leave with tools to protect the sacred position you hold and to elevate your spiritual journey. However, if you allow distractions to pull you away, if you choose to ignore the deeper message, then perhaps you are not yet ready to receive this level of insight. Many people hold on to the mistaken belief that once chosen, always chosen, but this is a lie. Being chosen is not a permanent title that you wear forever. It is a living, evolving relationship with the divine. And just like any relationship, it requires care, attention, and deep respect. If you let your connection grow cold, or if you take it for granted, you risk losing the alignment that sustains you. Let's be honest with ourselves. Being chosen is not a bed of roses. Far from it. At times, it may feel more like a burden than a blessing. You will face challenges and trials that others may never encounter. You may carry wisdom that feels too heavy, making you seem older and wiser than your years. The world around you often misunderstands your purpose, leaving you feeling isolated, misunderstood, and at times alone. But do not forget this. There is a reason for all of it. The divine does not choose the faint-hearted. You were chosen because you possess the strength, the resilience, and the courage to fulfill a mission that will ultimately change the world. However, here is something many will not tell you. Your chosen status is conditional. Divine favor flows only when you remain aligned with your purpose, disciplined in your actions, and humble in your heart. Stray too far from your path, and the universe will begin to realign itself without you. It is not an easy journey, but it is one that calls for constant vigilance and self-awareness. Today, we will shine a light on the silent saboteurs that threaten your divine position. These forces may not always be obvious, but they subtly creep into your life, often in the form of habits, attitudes, or even people. They drain your energy, lower your vibration, and ultimately disconnect you from your purpose. We will address the dangers of ego, how unchecked pride can blind you to the divine light that once guided you. We will explore how neglecting discipline can erode your foundation, and how toxic influences can undermine your progress. Above all, we will examine the paralyzing force of fear and doubt, and what happens when you misuse the very gifts that were meant to elevate you. Spiritual gifts, when misused, can become tools for selfish gain rather than vehicles for divine service. But do not despair if you have faltered. You are not alone. Even the chosen ones stumble. What matters is your ability to recognize your missteps and realign yourself before it's too late. Remember, the divine is always waiting for your return, but the longer you stray, the harder it becomes to find your way back. This message, I must confess, is not for everyone. Many will dismiss it, thinking it doesn't apply to them. But if you're still here, if you're still listening, it is because deep down, you know this message resonates with you. You recognize the truth when you hear it, and you are ready to embrace the responsibility that comes with being chosen. Let's make an agreement. Stay with me. Open your heart and your soul to this message, for by the time we're finished, you will have the clarity and tools you need to protect your sacred calling and elevate your spiritual journey to the next level. Before we go deeper, I want you to reflect on this simple truth. The divine does not choose those who are unprepared, but once chosen, staying chosen requires you to continue showing up with intention and devotion. This message is not just a warning, it is a lifeline. It serves to remind you of the sacred contract you have made with the divine and to help you avoid the pitfalls that threaten to undermine your mission. Are you ready to take this journey? If so, let us begin by gaining a clearer understanding of what it truly means to be a chosen one. Being a chosen one is not about titles, accolades, or recognition from the world. It is about aligning yourself with the sacred, about forming a deep connection to divine energy and living a life of service to a higher purpose. The term chosen one will resonate differently with each individual, but at its core, it means that you are called to live for something greater than yourself, a purpose that demands sacrifice, discipline, and unwavering faith. It requires a willingness to step outside the bounds of ordinary life and dedicate yourself to the extraordinary mission that only you can fulfill. So, if you have ever wondered what sets you apart, what it is that makes you different from others, let us now unpack the essence of what it truly means to be chosen. This is not a title. It is a calling, a sacred duty that requires you to walk a path of deep commitment and boundless courage, a life guided by divine calling. There are those who walk through life with a sense of direction, a deep knowing that they have a purpose beyond the ordinary. These are the chosen ones, not those who choose themselves, but those who are chosen by a force much greater than themselves. This calling, though it may remain subtle or whispering at first, has a way of making itself known. Sometimes it's a quiet murmur that lingers in the background of your thoughts, and at other times, it's a powerful roar that shakes you to your core. Have you ever felt it? That constant, undeniable pull towards something greater than what you could have ever imagined? It's as if the universe, or life itself, conspires to guide you along a path you never planned for but, somehow, feel destined to follow. To be chosen is to align your life with that inner calling. It's not merely about the spiritual gifts you might possess. It's about using those gifts in service of a higher purpose. Whether it's healing others, spreading wisdom, or fostering change in the world around you, your role is uniquely yours, and there is no one else who can fulfill it quite the same way you can. Your very essence carries the key to unlocking something important in the world, and the calling to do so is unwavering. However, here lies the paradox. This calling often comes hand in hand with hardships and trials. The divine does not choose those who are ready for a simple life. It chooses those who can endure the fire. This fire, while seemingly painful, is not meant to destroy you. It refines you. It strengthens you, chiseling away at your weaknesses, forging you into the person you are meant to become. The trials you face are not punishments. They are sacred rites of passage that prepare you to fully step into your mission. The weight of the sacred contract. At the very heart of being chosen lies a sacred contract, a spiritual agreement that was forged long before you even took your first breath. This contract outlines the very essence of your purpose, and it comes with a set of responsibilities that only you can bear. Being chosen is not a trivial matter. It is not simply about receiving extraordinary gifts. It is about the heavy responsibility that comes with them. These gifts might manifest in many forms: heightened intuition, an ability to inspire others, or an innate understanding of spiritual truths that transcend ordinary comprehension. But with this immense power comes an equally immense responsibility. The divine expects you to use these gifts wisely and with great care. Your sacred contract calls for integrity, humility, and unwavering faith, especially when the path ahead grows dark and uncertain. Straying from your purpose isn't something that only impacts you, It creates ripples that affect everyone. The people you are meant to serve and uplift are waiting for you to show up in the fullness of your purpose. Deviating from this path, even for a moment, can shift the trajectory of their lives as well. How the divine sets you apart. What differentiates the chosen ones from the rest of the world is not a sense of superiority or arrogance. It is the energy they carry. Chosen ones vibrate at a higher frequency, which often makes them feel isolated or out of place. They may feel like they don't quite fit in with the world around them, sensing things others cannot, intuitively understanding the emotions and needs of others, or even predicting outcomes with an uncanny accuracy. This heightened awareness can feel like both a blessing and a curse. It's as if you have been given a compass that constantly directs you toward your higher purpose. Yet sometimes, it feels as though the world doesn't understand why you are heading in a direction they cannot follow. Along your journey, you will encounter tests, trials, and challenges that seem to come at your ways. But these are not punishments. They are opportunities for growth. Every test is a lesson meant to prepare you for the weight of the responsibility that lies ahead. They are the divine's way of molding you into the person you need to become in order to fulfill your purpose. Throughout all of this, you remain deeply connected to the divine. Whether it is through prayer, meditation, or quiet moments of reflection, there is a sense of companionship and guidance that never leaves you. This connection fuels your purpose and reassures you that you are never truly walking alone. The duality of blessing and burden. Being chosen comes with its blessings, but also with burdens that others may not understand. The blessings are obvious. You are gifted with abilities that can bring profound change to the world. You are a beacon of hope, wisdom, and light. But with these gifts comes a weight, one that can feel unbearable at times. Many chosen ones experience feelings of being misunderstood, even by those closest to them. The isolation they often feel can be a source of great pain, but it is also a gift. It allows them the space to hear the quiet whispers of the divine, to reflect and grow in solitude. The weight of your purpose can sometimes feel like a heavy burden. You are not simply living for yourself. You are living for a greater mission, one that impacts the lives of countless others. You are held to a higher standard, and there are times when this responsibility can feel overwhelming. The divine expects you to lead by example, to walk in truth, even when it is inconvenient or difficult. But understand this. It is in the tension between the blessings and the burdens that you are shaped. It is through navigating this duality that you grow, evolve, and step more fully into your potential. The power of alignment. At its core, being chosen is about alignment. It is about living in harmony with your sacred contract, your divine purpose. When you are aligned, everything in life flows with ease. You feel empowered, connected, and guided by a force that is greater than yourself. There is clarity in every step you take, and the path seems to open up before you in miraculous ways. But when you are out of alignment, life becomes chaotic. Doors close, energy drains, and doubt begins to creep in. The key to maintaining your alignment is persistence, not perfection. It is about developing daily practices that nurture your connection to the divine. Whether it is through meditation, prayer, journaling, or moments of quiet reflection, these small acts of devotion help you stay grounded and centered, ensuring that you are always aligned with your higher purpose. Living as a beacon for others. The chosen ones are not meant to live in isolation. They are meant to inspire others through their journey. People are drawn to your energy, to the wisdom you carry, and to your authenticity. Whether you realize it or not, your life is a living testament to what is possible when one lives in alignment with their higher purpose. You are a light in the darkness, showing others that it is possible to walk a path of purpose, meaning, and divine connection. But with this influence comes responsibility. You must lead with humility and never forget that the gifts you have are not your own. They come from a divine source, and it is your duty to use them in a way that benefits the greater good. When you live in alignment with your calling, not only will you transform your life, but you will also have the power to help transform the lives of others. The essence of being chosen. To be chosen is to embark upon a sacred journey, one filled with trials, blessings, and abundant opportunities for profound transformation. It is not a path that promises ease or comfort, but it is one that imbues your existence with deep meaning. Being chosen means that you have been selected for something greater than yourself, a calling that will challenge and stretch you in ways you could never imagine. This is a path that demands both courage and commitment, yet rewards those who remain steadfast in their purpose. If you are still unsure whether you are a chosen one, I urge you to listen to the quiet voice within. If you feel the truth of these words resonate deeply in your heart and soul, then indeed, you are. You have been set apart, not by chance, but by design, for a higher purpose. It is your duty to honor this calling, to nurture it, and, most importantly, to live it fully. The world now more than ever needs those who walk the path of the chosen. Your purpose is vital. The light you carry has the potential to heal, inspire, and guide others in ways that transcend the ordinary. The question is not whether you are chosen. It is whether you are ready to step into your destiny. The silent saboteurs. Being chosen is a gift, a divine responsibility. But as with all gifts, it comes with a weight of accountability. While the divine handpicks you for this sacred task, your ability to stay aligned with your calling is not automatic. It requires intentionality, spiritual discipline, and an unwavering commitment to live your purpose. However, maintaining your standing as a chosen one is not a guarantee. There are subtle forces at play, forces that can quietly erode your connection to your calling without you even realizing it. These silent saboteurs, though often hidden beneath the surface, can strip you of the very essence of what it means to be chosen. Their influence is insidious, often disguised as habits, attitudes, or external pressures. It is crucial to recognize and confront these forces before they dismantle your spiritual foundation. Your connection to divine purpose, ego, and spiritual arrogance. One of the most dangerous and stealthy saboteurs is ego. Ego does not announce its presence with loud, obvious signs. Instead, it weaves itself into the fabric of your spiritual journey, so subtly that you may not even notice its infiltration. For those who are chosen, ego presents itself as a particularly tempting trap, one that can easily distort your path if you're not vigilant. What begins as a deep connection to your divine calling, a humble desire to serve, can gradually transform into something far darker. The ego has a way of subtly distorting the very qualities that initially set you apart. Instead of walking with humility and surrender, you may start to perceive yourself as superior to others, as though being chosen somehow makes you better, more enlightened, or more deserving. This is the first and most dangerous step towards spiritual arrogance. The ego thrives on separation. It builds invisible walls between you and others, convincing you that your path is special in a way that isolates you from the very people you are meant to serve. The essence of being chosen lies in humility, service, and surrender to divine will. But ego corrupts these values. It turns your spiritual gifts into tools for self-glorification, instead of seeing your purpose as an opportunity to uplift and guide others. Ego makes you believe that you are the source of the light, not merely a vessel through which it flows. This is where the danger lies. Once ego takes root, it begins to isolate you. People sense this shift. What was once a genuine and humble energy now feels tainted by pride and self-importance. The community that once found inspiration in your authenticity may begin to withdraw, leaving you feeling disconnected and alone. But this disconnection is not just social, it is deeply spiritual. The divine cannot flow freely through a heart clouded by ego. As your arrogance grows, so does your distance from the source of your calling. Ego also skews your perception of your purpose. What was once a mission of love, wisdom, and healing can slowly turn into a quest for recognition, control, or power. You may begin to prioritize your own interests above those of the people you are meant to serve. This shift is dangerous, for it leads to a disconnect from the divine. The divine chooses individuals not for their desire to rule, but for their willingness to serve selflessly. When ego takes the reins, you stop evolving. you stop growing, you stop learning, and in doing so, you stop aligning with the very purpose you were chosen for. The key to overcoming ego is cultivating true humility. Humility is not about pretending to be less than you are. It is about acknowledging that the gifts and talents you possess are not your own. They are tools entrusted to you by the divine for a higher purpose. When you walk with humility, you realign yourself with the divine energy that flows through you. You remember that your role is not to stand at the center of attention, but to serve, to uplift, and to guide others in their own journeys. Humility restores your connection to the divine. It grounds you in gratitude, reminding you that every step you take is guided by a force far greater than yourself. To remain in alignment with your calling, you must continuously practice self-awareness. Reflect on your actions, thoughts, and intentions. Ask yourself, are you serving from a place of love, or are you seeking validation and recognition? Recommit to your purpose regularly, remembering that the divine chose you not because you were perfect, but because you were willing to serve. Ego may pull you astray, but humility will always bring you back. Authenticity over perfection. Authenticity is the antidote to ego. It does not seek perfection, but rather the genuine expression of who you are. It requires staying grounded in your purpose and remembering that your gifts are not meant to be hoarded, but shared with the world. In the realm of the chosen, humility is your truest strength. It is through authenticity, rather than perfection, that you embody your calling and shine your light into the world. The journey of the chosen one is not about flawless execution or personal gain. It is about service, humility, and surrender, walking the path with authenticity, knowing that in doing so, you fulfill the very reason for which you were chosen. Discipline as the foundation of divine purpose. Discipline stands as the cornerstone upon which your identity as a chosen one is built. It is the bedrock of your connection to the divine purpose and the unseen forces guiding your life's journey. Without discipline, this connection begins to weaken, and the vibrant flow of energy that once sustained you starts to ebb. Being chosen is not a one-time event or a title to carry lightly. It is a continual commitment, a daily devotion to maintaining alignment with your higher self. Discipline is the sacred bridge that holds you in harmony with the divine, guiding you through the trials of life. The moment discipline falters, the intricate web of purpose begins to unravel. The power of consistency in spiritual practices. The path of a chosen one demands unwavering consistency. Spiritual gifts, which are not static but dynamic, require continuous nurturing and care. Think of them as a delicate flame. They are beautiful and potent, but without attention, they flicker and can eventually fade. Practices such as meditation, prayer, grounding, and self-reflection are not mere optional tools. They are the very lifeblood of your spiritual growth. These sacred rituals act as steady anchors, keeping you tethered to your mission and to the higher power that selected you for this path. Through them, you remain aligned with the cosmic forces that propel you forward, and without them, you risk drifting away from your divine calling. The hidden consequences of neglect. Neglecting discipline does not occur suddenly. It creeps in gradually, often disguised as harmless actions like skipping a meditation session or postponing moments of stillness. However, the consequences of such neglect are profound. Life's noise and chaos begin to dominate, pulling your focus away from your true center. As your attention becomes scattered, clarity slips further from your grasp, and disconnection quietly takes root. What was once a vibrant, unshakable connection to your spiritual center becomes a distant memory. The more you neglect the practices that sustain you, the wider the gap between you and your higher purpose grows. When negativity takes root, without regular spiritual maintenance, negativity begins to take hold. Just as weeds overrun an untended garden, external pressures, fears, doubts, and toxic energies can infiltrate your vibration, clouding your judgment and distorting your sense of direction. These negative forces thrive in the absence of spiritual care, creating barriers that block your ability to perceive the divine guidance meant for you. Stress, fear, and toxic relationships can overwhelm your energy field, making it increasingly difficult to discern your true path and purpose. Without vigilance and care, these negative influences take root and can ultimately derail your spiritual journey. Persistence over perfection. Discipline is not about achieving perfection, but about persistence in the face of adversity. You will stumble, you will falter, and sometimes you may fall off the path. But these moments of imperfection do not signify failure. They simply represent opportunities for growth and realignment. True discipline lies in the unwavering commitment to get back up, no matter how many times you trip. It is the dedication to return to your center, to recommit to the practices that nourish your soul. Spiritual gifts are precious, entrusted to you for a higher purpose, and they require consistent cultivation. To neglect them, or to abandon them in moments of weakness, is to squander the sacred energy that the divine has bestowed upon you. The cost of missed opportunities. When you lack discipline, you open yourself up to missed opportunities, divine synchronicities that pass unnoticed because you are out of alignment. The universe speaks in whispers through moments of synchronicity and fleeting signs, but when you are disconnected or distracted, these whispers become harder to hear. Regular spiritual practices help you stay attuned to these subtle messages, ensuring that you do not miss the divine moments that are meant to propel you forward. Without consistency, you may overlook the very opportunities that would have elevated your journey. Rebuilding discipline, a journey of small steps. If discipline has slipped, rebuilding it does not require a massive overhaul of your life. Instead, it begins with small, intentional actions, simple steps that allow you to reconnect with your spiritual center. Recommit to daily grounding practices, even if it is just 5 minutes of stillness, a moment of heartfelt prayer, or a few lines of journaling. These small acts of alignment restore your connection to the divine and begin to rebuild the foundation that may have weakened. Consistency is the key, for it is through daily, intentional acts that you honor the sacred contract you have with the universe. Discipline, though sometimes inconvenient, is a sacred act of realignment. Influence beyond yourself. The ripple effect of discipline. Discipline does not serve you alone. It reverberates outward, affecting those you lead and those you uplift. As a chosen one, your alignment influences others, whether you are aware of it or not. When you neglect discipline, you not only endanger your own path, but also the paths of those who look to you for guidance. Your actions, your energy, and your connection to the divine create a ripple effect in the world around you. Maintaining discipline is not just a personal endeavor. It is a service to the greater whole, ensuring that the divine energy flows freely through your life, even in the midst of challenges. The impact of toxic relationships and negative influences. Relationships, both personal and professional, have a profound effect on the spiritual journey of a chosen one. Toxic relationships and negative influences can quietly strip away your alignment, clouding your judgment and pulling you further from your divine purpose. These relationships often manifest as criticism, manipulation, or instability, draining your energy and eroding your peace. They may even mock or dismiss your calling, planting seeds of doubt in your mind. The longer you stay within these unhealthy dynamics, the more disconnected you become from the clarity and purpose that is yours by divine right. Recognizing harmful connections. Toxic relationships are not always obvious. They often present themselves as familiar, wrapped in the guise of loyalty, guilt, or history. It can be difficult to discern when a connection has become detrimental, especially when your sense of duty or attachment keeps you bound to it. However, as a chosen one, your primary responsibility is to honor your purpose and stay aligned with the divine guidance that leads you. If a relationship compromises this alignment, it is essential to recognize the harm it causes and take action to protect your energy. This is not about abandoning people, but about prioritizing your path and the sacred work you are here to do. Protecting your energy from environmental and habitual negativity. Negativity extends beyond toxic relationships. It can seep into your life through your environment, media consumption, and even your habits. Constant exposure to negative influences dulls your spiritual sensitivity and clouds your clarity. Whether it is the energy of a particular space, the toxicity of certain media outlets, or the drain of unhealthy habits, these external factors can hinder your spiritual progress. Protecting your energy is not a selfish act, but a necessary step for your spiritual well-being. Setting boundaries, whether physical, emotional, or energetic, is an act of spiritual self-preservation. It ensures that you remain in alignment with your higher calling and able to fulfill your purpose. Setting boundaries with compassion and clarity. Setting boundaries does not mean rejecting others. It means creating a safe and sacred space for your own growth and alignment. It is an act of self-respect and spiritual preservation, allowing you to stay in tune with your divine purpose without being overwhelmed by external distractions. You can love others from a distance, supporting them while also protecting your energy. The guilt that often accompanies boundary setting is a natural but unnecessary emotion. Remember, your first duty is to your purpose and the divine forces that guide you. By setting boundaries, you are honoring your path and teaching others the importance of respecting their own energy and purpose. Healing from toxic relationships. Healing from the wounds of toxic relationships takes time and intentional effort. First, it is important to recognize the damage they have caused. Acknowledge any pain, confusion, or disconnection that these relationships may have instilled. Once you have recognized the harm, begin the process of clearing your energy. Engage in practices that restore your balance and clarity. Meditation, prayer, or time spent in nature can help you recalibrate. Surround yourself with uplifting people, places, and practices that nurture your soul and support your journey. The healing process is not immediate, but with consistent effort, you will rebuild the strength and clarity you need to continue fulfilling your divine purpose. In the end, no one can escape the truth, whether through the path of redemption or the harsh reality of judgment. Each individual must face the consequences of their actions. Divine justice, in its infinite wisdom, ensures that balance is restored. The world, profoundly transformed by this process, emerges renewed but profoundly changed. It's a world where every action has its weight and every choice shapes the unfolding story. If these words resonate with you, let them ignite an inner spark. Don't let this message fade into oblivion. Subscribe to stay connected to other powerful thoughts that provoke and uplift. If you feel this change in the air, show your support by liking this post. Your voice matters. So join the conversation by sharing your thoughts in the comments below. This is a dialogue that must continue, a truth that must spread. If you know anyone who needs to hear this, please share without hesitation. The time for awakening is now. Together, let us rise as chosen beings, embrace the call to transformation, and stand firm in the light of divine justice. Spiritual gifts are not merely special abilities. They are sacred treasures entrusted to you by the divine to fulfill a higher purpose. As a chosen one, these gifts are not meant to serve your personal interests or ego, but to uplift, heal, and guide both yourself and others on the path of transformation. These gifts are tools for a greater mission, one that transcends the mundane and connects you to the divine flow of energy. However, with great power comes an equally great responsibility. The misuse of these gifts can sever your connection to the sacred energy that sustains them, potentially causing you to lose your standing as a chosen one. Misuse of spiritual gifts does not always arise from malicious intent. In fact, it often begins subtly, sometimes even innocently, driven by the ego, fear, or temptation. It might manifest when you begin to use your intuitive abilities to manipulate situations for personal gain, or allow your spiritual insights to inflate your sense of self-worth rather than humbling you. It could involve exploiting the trust others place in you, using your spiritual knowledge not to empower, but to dominate or control. These actions, though they may appear insignificant at first, gradually alter your vibration and pull you further away from the sacred purpose for which these gifts were bestowed upon you. At its essence, misusing your spiritual gifts is a betrayal of the sacred contract you made with the divine. These gifts are not yours to wield as you please. They are bestowed upon you to serve a higher purpose, to heal, uplift, guide others, not to satisfy personal desires or gain. When used improperly, these gifts lose their potency. The divine energy that fuels them begins to withdraw, and with it, your connection to the very source of your power begins to fade. The consequences of misuse are not merely external. They take root within, affecting your inner alignment. Every time you use your gifts in ways that dishonor their true purpose, you create a dissonance within yourself. This dissonance clouds your judgment, dims your clarity, and gradually weakens the bond between you and the divine. To stay aligned with your true path, it is crucial to approach your gifts with unwavering humility and integrity. Before you act, pause and ask yourself, is this for the highest good? Is this action in service to the divine purpose for which I was chosen? When you use your gifts selflessly to uplift and empower others, they begin to flourish. The divine energy behind them grows stronger, and your alignment with your higher purpose deepens. Never forget that your gifts are not solely for your benefit. They are an extension of divine grace, given to you to serve a greater purpose. When used wisely, they become a continual source of light and power in your life. But when misused, they wither, and with them, so does your connection to the sacred flow that defines you as a chosen one. Remain true to your mission, and your gifts will remain a source of blessing, not just for you, but for the world. Staying aligned with your sacred path is not a simple or easy task. It is a journey that requires courage, persistence, and a deep commitment to personal growth. The road is fraught with challenges, temptations, moments of doubt, distractions, and tests that can threaten to derail your connection to the divine. However, staying aligned with your sacred purpose is not about perfection. It is about resilience, humility, and an ongoing commitment to returning to alignment whenever you stray. Every chosen one faces universal challenges. The temptation of ego, lack of discipline, toxic relationships, fear, self-doubt, and even the misapplication of spiritual gifts. These challenges are not signs of failure, but invitations to grow and deepen your connection to the divine. Recognizing and addressing these obstacles with honesty and intention is essential for preserving your alignment and ensuring that you continue walking in your purpose. Remember that your calling is not about you. It is about the lives you are meant to touch, the energy you are meant to bring into the world. When you shift your perspective to see your journey as part of a larger, divine tapestry, it becomes easier to let go of the distractions and temptations that arise along the way. Your purpose is not to seek recognition or control. It is to serve the greater good. Discipline is your anchor in this process. Daily practices such as meditation, prayer, journaling, or simply spending quiet time in nature are essential tools for maintaining clarity and connection. These rituals are not mere tasks to be completed. They are acts of devotion that continually realign your energy with higher frequencies of love, compassion, and purpose. Even during times of chaos, showing up for these practices serves as a reminder to the universe that you are fully committed to your sacred path. Equally important is the protection of your energy. It is vital to surround yourself with people, environments, and influences that uplift and inspire you. Let go of what no longer serves your purpose, even if this means making difficult decisions or stepping away from situations that no longer align with your mission. Remember, detachment is not abandonment. It is an act of self-love and a loving act towards the mission you have been entrusted with. The more space you create for positivity and growth, the more easily divine guidance can flow into your life, illuminating your path with clarity and wisdom. In the end, staying aligned with your sacred mission is a continuous process, a practice of devotion, mindfulness, and self-awareness. It is not about achieving perfection, but about staying true to the path, consistently returning to your higher purpose, and honoring the sacred gifts you have been entrusted with. Stay grounded in your mission, and your gifts will remain a source of light and power for both you and the world around you. When fear and doubt begin to surface, meet them with unwavering faith. Faith does not promise the absence of uncertainty, but it equips you with the resilience to move forward despite it. It is in those moments of uncertainty that faith becomes your anchor, providing the strength to continue your journey even when the path ahead is unclear. Trust that the divine has chosen you for a reason far greater than you understand, and that every step you take, even the ones that feel like setbacks or missteps, is an integral part of your personal and spiritual evolution. The challenges you encounter are not stumbling blocks, but invaluable opportunities to grow stronger, wiser, and more in tune with your sacred purpose. As one who has been chosen, your most profound strength lies in humility. Acknowledge that the gifts you possess are not solely yours to claim. They are a manifestation of divine grace, entrusted to you for a higher purpose. Approach each moment with gratitude, understanding that being chosen is not just an honor, but a solemn responsibility. It is through leading with love, acting with unwavering integrity, and serving others selflessly that you will align yourself with the divine's flow. In doing so, the divine energy will continue to guide, empower, and sustain you, ensuring that your journey remains one of continual growth and divine purpose. Remember, you are here for a reason that extends beyond your individual existence. You are part of a grand tapestry that is far greater than yourself, and the light you carry within you has the potential to inspire, heal, and transform. The path you walk may not always be easy, but it is undeniably necessary. The world is in desperate need of the unique gifts you bring, and the divine has entrusted you with a sacred mission. Honor the contract you have accepted, for it is a calling that requires your unwavering commitment. When doubt tries to take hold, remind yourself of this sacred truth. You have been chosen because you possess the strength to fulfill your mission. You have been chosen because you are ready to meet the challenges ahead. And you have been chosen because the divine sees in you a potential that the world desperately needs. Protect your energy fiercely, nurture your connection to your higher purpose, and walk the path before you with courage, knowing that every step you take is guided by the divine hand. The journey of a chosen one is not a destination, but an ongoing unfolding of purpose, growth, and connection to something much greater than yourself. Stay true to your alignment, remain grounded in humility, and let your light shine ever brighter. Know that the divine chose you for a reason, and it will continue to guide and support you, leading you to places you never imagined. Thank you for staying with us until the end. If you found this message uplifting and meaningful, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and activate the notification bell so you never miss an inspiring update. We invite you to share your thoughts, reflections, and experiences in the comments below. Let's continue to build a community of like-minded souls who are dedicated to spiritual growth and personal development. Stay blessed, keep shining your light, and thank you for being an essential part of Spirit Guide. Until next time, may you walk in faith.